All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Christina, founder of IWNG, and today we are interviewing Irina, who is founder of MindAbouts. She's an NLP coach, and she is a new partner at IWNG, and we're super excited. Irina has been a part of our group for a while, and she has done an NLP workshop for us, and she's going to do another one soon. So we're going to talk about that and just get to know Irina a little bit more. So I'm going to pull her up.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Christina, for having me.
Yeah, good to see you. How are you today?
Good. I'm really, really relaxed, happy to see the sun again.
Yeah, me too. Great. Well, great to have you here. We're super excited to have you as a partner and looking forward to collaborating with you more. You've definitely been a big support of our group for quite a while now. And so we want to learn more about you. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how you ended up in the Netherlands?
Sure.
All the good stuff.
Yes. So I'm originally from Romania. How I ended up in the Netherlands, that's a really funny story, actually, because my dream has always been to live somewhere warm, with a lot of sun, sea. I was hoping I would end up living in Greece somewhere, and I did for a while. My partner is actually Greek. We met in Romania. He studied there. We moved to Greece, I think 4 years ago. And the situation wasn't really pink there. Apparently, the sea and the sun doesn't really help any economy in the world. We started thinking, okay, where we might move. I think we took the globe and really picked every possible place. We even thought about the US, Australia. And then we had a friend of mine come over during her holidays, of course, in Greece. And she said, you know what? I have a friend. She lives in Amsterdam. And she has such a great life. And the country is so nice. And the people are so nice. And I was just listening to her, interested, but not really. I wasn't considering the Netherlands as a place to move. But while I was just considering her story, my partner actually underneath the table started looking for jobs in the Netherlands and what the situation here is. And so we moved after a year in Greece. We moved here, and I moved as a spouse, let's say. So I didn't have a job when I moved here, which was kind of a tough experience, I might say. It was kind of an emotional time in my life. And I always compare it, in my mind, I'm kind of visual. So in my mind, it's like having a tree taken out of the ground, with its roots and everything, and just planted somewhere else in the world, which is fine. I mean, the roots are still there and they find their own way at some point. But in the beginning, that whole strange sensation of the environment around you it's really an emotional experience. So that was 3 years ago now that we're here in the Netherlands. My roots are beginning to feel home.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I found my place, and now I've also started this journey with MindAbouts, which I'm still curious to see where it will lead me, but it started from a place of wanting to discover myself, wanting to discover what I can do more for myself. Firstly, I didn't think that I would want to share it with the world at some point, but then just because I saw how powerful these tools are and how much they really have helped me become, more rooted, since we use that metaphor until now, then I felt the urge to share it with the world as well. So now,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a very interesting story. Yeah, I think I've heard that from a lot of people that they didn't exactly plan on moving to the Netherlands, but it just kind of happened, and that was my story as well. It was not on my radar ever, but it just kind of happened, and I'm happy to be here. So yeah, but it is very odd in the beginning being completely uprooted, and especially if it's as a spouse or a partner, that can be especially difficult as well. So,
Yeah.
but like you said, you found a little bit of your roots here, or they're digging in. So that's great.
Yeah.
And how did you learn about NLP? And can you tell us a little bit about what NLP is?
Sure. Yeah, so I'll start with a little story from when I was little, because I think somehow, that's when the idea of what the mind can do actually started. So when I was little, I got a little plush rabbit from my best friend, which I carried around with me everywhere. It was my favorite thing in the world. We were sleeping together, of course, and I would tell him, not it, I would tell him everything that happened in my life, during my day, and everything. And also I used to tell him, tomorrow I want to wake up at 6 because I don't know, I have a field trip I need to go, or there's something important that I want to wake up for. And I didn't use an alarm. We didn't have mobile phones back then, and my father used to wake me up for important stuff, but I just used this as a trial. I told my rabbit, okay, I want to wake up at 6:30, and I did. It's just like magic. At 6:30, I would look at my watch, and it was 6:30 sharp, and I would wake up. Okay, so later, this, just keep it on the back of your mind. Later, I started reading about the Navy SEALs and how they actually use mind exercises before their actual field practice so that they become better at what they need to do. And then I thought, okay, if they are doing this, then they might know something that we don't, and it might be something interesting and worth exploring. So I also started, before going to bed, I started imagining myself doing squats or abs or, something that could work and that could prove, how much you can do with just imagination. And I could feel at that moment, I don't know if you ever tried, just imagining that you're doing some physical exercise, you can actually feel your breath becoming, faster, and you feel like you become a bit more tired. I even started sweating a bit. So I thought, something interesting. And my actual journey with NLP started when I saw a training about it. So I just saw it posted. The description seemed to be quite interesting. So I said, okay, let's just dig into this and see what this actually is, because I was hearing it or about it from so many persons. It seemed to be some, I don't know, magic toolkit that you can use to, I don't know, read people or manipulate people. This was my idea, what I knew, about it before I got into it. So I just said, okay, if there's something you can learn, let's just see what this is about, and we'll figure it out. So I just started looking into it because I was curious, like with any other thing. And what I can say now that NLP is, or at least to me, because maybe everyone's experience is different, you can see it as a toolkit as well, because you do learn a lot of tools and instruments that you can actually use in your life. And you saw that in the first workshop that we had when we looked at anchors. Well, yeah, that's something that you can use as a tool. But mostly to me, NLP is this attitude of staying curious curious about yourself, curious about the world that is outside, curious about what drives our behavior, and also NLP to me is the structure of our thinking, our patterns of thinking, and of why we do what we do. And having that, just the pattern settled in without any tools whatsoever, makes you more open in any discussion that you might have with someone. You know, you look at them and you see and you think, okay, this person maybe does not experience reality in the exact same way that I do, does not see it in the exact same way as I do. So then maybe if I could just stay open and curious to what they're saying and what they're thinking, maybe I could understand why they're acting the way they do, and I could, you know, act from a kinder and more conscious way.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds great. And what are some things? So you do NLP coaching and you do some workshops. What are some things that people are looking to improve with NLP?
Well, there are many areas in your life that you can improve with NLP, because as I told you, you know, it's digging into the patterns of your thinking. So there might be many situations in your life when you're actually sabotaging yourself, just because of programs that you just use to live your life by, and that might be just a belief that you have about yourself, and yeah, that you've just have had your whole life, and you don't know it's not the truth. It's just a belief that you've learned.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that people come to realize after the workshops with NLP, that okay, this is actually, it's just a belief. I can change who I believe I am, and I can find maybe strategies for doing things in my life that work better for me. And also there's for me, it's a magical part of NLP because so you learn that you have the subconscious mind. Sorry. So it's the part of you that you know, breathes your body, that takes care of all the of your metabolism, of everything that happens in your body without you even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you discover that that's there, and it's not there just for this person, but you can actually start collaborating with it and making it your friend, it's just, to me, it opens up a magical door to this life and reality. And yeah, coming back to my rabbit story, after the training, I realized that, oh, actually I just found a way of communicating to my subconscious, because that's the subconscious mind is actually the one you can talk to and say, okay, I want to wake up tomorrow at 6:30, and it triggers something, and it says, oh, okay, so let's wake up at 6:30. And to me, that was for the child mind in me, that was my little bunny.
Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I think I've been hearing a lot more or learning a lot more about like limiting beliefs and how those can hold you back. And yeah, it can be quite the process to try to unravel that and unlearn those beliefs that you've had for so long. So yeah, I really liked like the workshop that you gave us recently, and what I was wanting to improve was my motivation and decrease procrastination and move towards motivation. And so yeah, I really liked the anchors technique that you gave, because it was very, hands-on, very tangible kind of thing that you can do, exercise that you can do to kind of get yourself into the state that you want to be in. And also, I thought it was really cool because, my thought, or one of my beliefs, was that my mental state, or my state of being, was reliant on outside sources. Like if things are going wrong outside of me, then of course, I'm going to be in a angry or depressed or, whatever, because I'm supposed to be, because if I see all this bad stuff happening, that's,
Of course, yeah.
natural reaction. But, you're teaching us a little bit about how you can more control your state, and you can decide the state.
Exactly. That's a very powerful word. You can decide. That's it.
Yeah.
If you bring a bit more consciousness to your actions, whatever your action is, or reaction, emotion in a certain situation, then you can decide on what action you want to take. Because okay, it's normal. Emotions are normal, and they are there for a reason. Being sad or angry at something, it's not something that we want to disappear from the world. They need to be expressed. But if you can recognize it and say, okay, this is what actually triggered me in the situation. This is why I'm angry. Okay, I admit I'm angry. Let's move away from it if it doesn't serve me in a certain situation.
Yeah.
You might have days when, I don't know, you just need to dwell in that emotion and just stay in bed and eat ice cream and be sad. But it's fine as long as you know why you're doing it and it's not preventing you from doing other things that you might need to do.
Right. Yeah. Very nice. Great. Okay. And so you have a workshop coming up soon, March 3rd, which you're doing exclusively for IWNG members. I'm really excited about that. Can you tell us a little bit about what you'll be talking about in this workshop?
Mm-hmm. So the workshops that I did until now, also the first workshop that I did with you, it's only scratching the surface of NLP, and I want to give you a glimpse of what this actually is, and that it can bring you practical steps that you can use in your life. So the second workshop that we'll do is concentrated on communication, and this is a large part of what NLP is as well, or at least a large part of what it's presented to be. So we are going to talk about what makes effective communication and what makes you be a skillful communicator, because you might see people that talk and they have this very easy way of convincing other people to do what they want to do, and you get out of there and say, oh, what the hell happened? But again, there's a structure behind this. That's the beauty of NLP, that you can take a step back and look, okay, what does this person do? Let's analyze and let's see what actually happens there, and let's see if I can do it myself. It's not just a gift that someone has, it's innate and no one else can have it, but yeah, I can study it and I can model it and I can use it when I need it. So we are going to look at how to engage the senses in process of communication, and why does that help? How is that useful? And we are going to look at negotiation techniques, because that's also something that we really need in our life, whether we have a business or not, because we can, negotiate with our kids, with our partner, with a store. Yeah, so
cool.
We look at what makes that process more successful, and what really makes it a win-win situation and not just getting my way out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to look at dealing with objections in a negotiation or in a selling environment, which I think might be really useful for many of us who have a business and who will be in a selling position at some point.
Yeah, definitely. And also negotiating contracts and interviews, or if you're
exactly,
job or promotions, things like that. So yeah, this could be super helpful for a lot of people, I think. Wow.
Super excited about it.
Yeah, me too. Cool. Okay. And you also mentioned that you have a program coming up in the summer, I believe, possibly?
Yes, I'm preparing a program. So I'm really excited about this. It's also, my baby program. So it's in the making. I want to really give a training that will incorporate all that NLP can give you, and with a set of tools that you can use immediately in your everyday life without having to, I don't know, look this up very much. So I will prepare a practitioner NLP training. I hope somewhere end of May or beginning of June. This is what I envision it, or where I envision it to be.
Okay.
And okay, we'll look into what we also looked into a bit in the first workshop. So the each person's model of the world, the way we see reality and the way we interpreted it, and why not everyone has the same version of reality. We are going to look into anchors. We are going to look into strategies and how we formulate those. We are going to look a bit into limiting beliefs and how we make up those beliefs in our mind and give an image of them, and how we can change that, and how the images that we make in our mind can also influence what we see in reality. So it's a really big, rich package that I'm going to share with you, and it's going to be practical as well. There are a lot of exercises within the training. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I'll share more details about it as I'm moving through, and I'm definitely going to share with the group the dates.
Great.
Invite you guys over.
Great. Yeah, we'll definitely be keeping everybody updated. And in the comments here, they can see the event link for your upcoming workshop on March 3rd at 2 o'clock, I believe, is when it will be held, on effective communication. And so all IWNG members are welcome to sign up for that. And yeah, and then we'll definitely be posting about Irina and her programs in our public spaces too, so everybody can sign up for her programs and her coaching if they're interested. And Irina, where can they find you? Where's the best way to find you and information about you?
So for now, I'm most active on Facebook, on my MindAbouts page, and on Instagram. My site is also live, mindabouts.net. There you can have a bit more info on NLP, on what coaching with NLP means, or what the trainings will look into, and what tools you can learn there, and what's the point in them. You can also reach out to me again on Facebook. I have my phone number. If you ever want to give me a call and and ask me about this, I'm super excited to talk about whatever is related to the mind, imagination, whether it's NLP or not. So don't hesitate to contact me and ask. If you have, I don't know, questions about what the heck this is, or why, isn't this manipulating, or isn't this black magic, or I don't know what other weird questions you might have, I'm super, super open and super excited to talk about it.
Great. Awesome. Yeah. And I think in the description of this live, you can find her Facebook page, the link to the Facebook page, and her Instagram handle. And I know there was something else I was going to say. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, for those who are watching this on replay, if you have questions, you can also put them in the comments too, and we can answer questions there as well. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. Irina, thank you so much for taking the time to share your story with us. Tell us about NLP. Super excited about the upcoming workshop. And yeah, we'll keep in touch and keep everybody updated.
Thank you so much, Christina, for having me here, for sharing the stage, and for for having me in the group. It's been really exciting to see how things move on, and to have the support of the group and of the community that you've created. I'm really happy, really grateful for it.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure. All right. Well, you have a great rest of your day, and
you too.
We'll see you soon.
Enjoy the sunshine. Bye.
Bye.